When Chiefs wants a player, the price changes. Bobby Motaung, akusho mina. Hello and welcome to Kosi Nation Fan TV. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs Football Club. And in today's video, I will be reacting to Bobby Motaung's interview that he did with SAFM. So the first thing first is the Makofe Cup, obviously. So he talked about how the match will be used to give game time to those players who haven't played much this season. And then it made me go like, why is it vele ukuthi South Africa, okay, let's leave other teams, let's talk about Chiefs. Why is it that Chiefs does not have preseason friendly like 5, 6 where fans can go and watch the team? Because I feel like some of the mistakes that our players made during the season, they could have been avoided if those players had been playing or had played in front of the live crowd before. Because I don't think pressure changes when you are playing a friendly or when you are playing a competitive fixture, especially if you are playing in front of the Kaizer Chiefs fans. So I feel like some of these players that Ukune said they were starstruck, they are playing for Chiefs. Those friendlies could have helped the team to like get used to playing in front of that crowd, because it doesn't matter how better you play together. There are just some crowds that will not make you play the best football that you can. I mean, Liverpool goes to Camp Nou, they lose 3-0, same squad, a week later they come back, they win 4-0 at Anfield. Atmosphere, it's different. You can have a team playing in one ground engenabalandeli and then badlale kahle, and then you think they are good, and then ubadlalise phambi kwabalandeli and all of a sudden they are not giving performances. I think that's why sometimes you see coaches insisting on playing a certain player over and over again, although we see that they're not performing, because sometimes they are good at the gym, practicing, but they don't perform so well in front of the crowd. So maybe Chiefs should consider that, because manje, the players who haven't played much, players who joined the team later on, and now they haven't had any game time, and by the time they are needed to come in, they would be rusty because they are not playing proper football on a daily basis. And another thing is that he also talked about how this will help the team with momentum, because they want the current squad to continue playing together, which I feel like it's kind of contradictory to the first point, because the first point is introduce new players who haven't played. But then when you talk about momentum, then you basically saying we want to keep the players who are playing and then improve their chemistry. So which one are they really going to prioritize? Is it getting the squad that's already playing to continue playing together, or is it introducing? I'm sure they can do both, but very priority for me should be momentum. And another priority for me is that you like the video. Please do that right now, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Next is the issue of the striker. So he admitted to Guti we still need a striker, but then he went on to say that right now it doesn't look like Chiefs will be signing any striker. And it just amplified my fears, because when I saw Caleb being stretched off on Saturday, I started to panic, because I was like, oh no, we're losing a striker. And now my fear is that what happens if Caleb gets injured? We are without a target man again. And I feel like Chiefs could have signed someone like Musa Kamara, because they did want him, but then somehow something just changed and they didn't sign him. I don't know why that wasn't the case, because since Caleb does what he does differently, then you need someone who's going to be a like-for-like replacement with him, because we have the other kinds of strikers. Abangadlala as a false nine, Kukama, and you can play Utupri there if Kugut Kanjan. I'm not a big fan of playing Utupri as a false nine, because I feel like he should be coming out from wide and cutting in. Anyway, moving on to the most interesting point of the interview, which is this. When they were asking him, Muguti, is money an issue when it comes to signing Abadlal? And he said, yeah, sure, money is an issue, because when Chiefs want a player, the price changes. When Chiefs wants a player, the price changes, it goes up. I was like, okay, we're not crazy as fans. We are definitely not crazy. It's what we've been saying all along. When Chiefs wants a player, my team avela mkhuphule ambeke 20 million. But it connects with this. It connects with lento yokuthi willing buyer, willing seller. I-price ikhushulwa for i-Chiefs because teams are not willing to sell to i-Chiefs, because bazothi umdlali ucosta 20 million and then eventually they will end up selling him, Victor Letswalo, to Sekhukhune for way less than that, which shows ukuthi inkinga, it's not just that they want to exploit the Chiefs and get more money from them, but they just don't want to sell to the Chiefs. And because they don't want to sell to Chiefs, they say if you really want this player, then you'll pay a ridiculous amount. And Chiefs usually doesn't do that, and then Sundowns goes in and buys the player at the normal price. Bese kuba ngathi Chiefs does not want to buy players. Number 3, they said he's been quiet and he hasn't said anything. And he said, for Kaizer Motaung Jr. is the one who is sporting director and is the one who's been talking a lot, which I don't think is true, because Kaizer Motaung Jr. hasn't like come out and told us Uguti what's going on, why are we not signing players. The person who's under fire, who's just always answering questions, is actually Atazwane. And what's happening is fans end up turning against Uzwane when he says statements like, oh, we are done signing, and then it seems like Aibo Uzwane, how are they going to back him transfer window if yena ethi they are done signing? Kanti if you connect what Upob was saying, you will hear ukuthi it's actually some of the things that Uzwane has been saying in the past few weeks, which then tells me ukuthi they had a meeting a few weeks ago that was like, okay, we're done signing, we will keep on looking during the transfer, during the season if anyone becomes available. It's the same thing that Zwane was saying, which tells me then Guti, this thing should have been communicated by the sporting director himself, so that we know we don't end up throwing Uzwane under the bus, which I think has been the case. And some fans actually believe it's Zwane who's the reason why Chiefs have not signed more players. Do like the video. Number 4, this season is about patience. So it's kind of a relief and a mixture of mixed emotions really to me, because at one hand, ngekati, oh, this season is about winning, because if Uzwane underperforms, we fire him. He's not gonna say that. But if he really means it, then that means they will give Zwane enough time to try and formulate his strategy and see it unfold. And they're happy with the performances. I think Wamena, even when we lost against Royal AM, even Sundowns, I was okay with my performances. It was just certain elements that need to be fixed. The only game that I wasn't happy in, well, not only one of the games, the main games, Cape Town City, changing styles and whatnot, but he has learned from that, hopefully. So they're happy with the style, they're happy with everything that's happening, so they are giving him time, which is good for me and other people who still want Zwane to continue coaching the club. Number 5, he says, when he's asked what's the objective, what does Chiefs want to achieve this season, and then he said win trophies plus challenge for the league. And then I'm like, oh, what to entertain the fans. And then in my mind I'm like, wait a minute, Popstar, didn't you just say this season is about patience? Because yes, we are building, right? So you are patient and you are watching where this team is going, and you yourself have said that we're still lacking with strike, yet you're expecting this team to win trophies. Ekbeni ungayibhekanga enough with signings. You see where I'm going with this. Yes, I want Chiefs to perform. Yes, I hope Chiefs wins MTN 8. I hope Chiefs wins something. But realistically, that might not happen, because we see there is still a long distance for Chiefs. So for him to then say that, it then makes me think, okay, maybe Bobster will not in the same place here. They are patient with Uzwane, but they also want to see result, which is okay. But Win trophies. Win trophies. Maybe not even specifically ukuthi try and win the MTN 8. Win trophies. That's plural, not one, but trophies. It's interesting. And it would be interesting to hear from you guys. Ukuthi, do you think it's realistic for Chiefs to hope that they can win something this season? I hope we can, but do you think it's realistic? Let me know down on the comment section. And also, what do you think about the other things that Bobby talked about in his interview? Let me know down on the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and until next time, remember, equals al pelumoy.